Angeke siqale kanjalo nje.
It's all about education. It's all about information. It's all about entertainment and conversation.
Sanbonan Makaya Sanbonani, this is Gaddafi Manafi, the entertainment freedom fighter, and welcome to Attention Show, the voice of the entertainment industry, where I always promise to deliver you relevant information pertaining the industry, entertainment, controversy, well, aka Gaddafi Manafi controversy. Guys, today, blessing, I can say we have a running stomach or something. So you couldn't make it as usual. So I'm on my own, I'm Shanje, but the show still goes on. Okay. So today I wanted to speak about a number of things that happened in the past weeks. But before I go there, I want to make it clear to everyone, Uguti, Attention is not a Mgozi platform. I've never been a Mgozi person. And I played the song Attention so that people understand. Uguti, attention, it's about information, it's about education, right? So information and education does not come out of gossip. It doesn't. So, Mom Umuntu ati, no, but these are old news. What the fuck does that even mean? Because I've not been about gossip. I address issues that need to be addressed. You cannot complete a case until you can't have a case until you hear the entire story. Now imagine on the first day, saying I want to now speak the first thing that Rebecca Malope said. Did you hear what Rebecca Malope said? There's no story there. There's nothing to learn there. And these things, I believe, would today happen so that you guys can learn what are the do and the don'ts. I've always been about education. I don't do things without any intention. I do things with intention. So abantu abafuna umgozi, this is not the platform. Go to another platform because this one, unfortunately, it is not. We are going to learn on this platform. And I'm not doing it to people who are looking for umgozi. I'm doing it not even for this generation because I realize that most of people are stuck in toxic working relationships because but they're not academics. You know, people got offended when I said they're non-academics. They're not musicians because they're non-academics. Because everything that you do, you start doing things in my favor. You're not doing things because you know your worth. And that is why when you play and then you wonder what's why. Why do they treat us this way? Is the industry is hard. The industry is hard. It's not hard for people who have studied and qualified for what they have studied for. They can score music, they can go and educate. There's a lot of options they can do. When the only thing was that is your drumming. So, I'm not here, guys, to give you gossip. I'm not that girl, eh? The way I hate gossip to a point that when someone is gossiping around me, I just become so nar. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm about good vibes, but when it comes to work, there must be an intention in everything that we do. We can't be gossiping. There's no time for that. There's strategy for that. There's a lot of platforms that are doing that shit. I'm not that girl. I just wanted to make that clear. I am not that girl. This is not the platform. Anyway, by means of introduction, I would like to say condolences to our mother. In the gospel space. She's been in the gospel space for a very long time, for years. Deborah Fraser, she passed on Sunday, which is yesterday. and may her soul rest in peace. Today, guys, Mina, I was pumping her music left, right, and center. Like, just, sometimes I'll be lying to say that I was a fan of her music, but abanye bayombona, that song, it just made you get up and dance. But I actually had time to listen to all her songs today, and she actually had quite a nice groove. She had a unique voice. She could do, play around with her voice and do different genres. Umama wasekwamashu, uphuma kwamashu. She was born in 1966. 1966. She passed on the 15th of May, which is yesterday, to 2022, and she was 56 years old. Oh, like when I looked at her history, she started singing in 1984 as a backup singer for Brahu Masekela, for Jonas Gwangwa, for Black Mambazo, for Lucky Dube, for Brenda Fassie. Hi guys. Yeah, I don't know if you see what I see. Yeah, they called her. They were like, "Hi, mama. We are all gone. What are you still doing there?" And I can actually visualize Menken Zuline because lo mama la bega peaceful. Shem, bonga no more yam attention angeka kuphendula or peacefully so respond. But I can also just visualize mangene ezulwini ukuthi bayacula abanye. Yeah, that song, it's a groove, guys. You must check it out. If I get my headphones, uzobona ukuthi ngikhuluma ngani. In 2000, that's when she released the song Abanye Bayombona, which was the dopest song, guys, and she was signed by Universal Music. Last album that she released was in 2019. Ujehova aga and I don't know what that means. Like, God cannot be buried. I couldn't have someone to ask because I'm like, if someone out there knows exactly what that means, please educate me. My music is still relevant and has a target market. When she was saying, you stick to it. I can't even remember the last album, the recent album. What? I remember the first track. Ukuthi ukuthi akusi ingoma yabo, ingoma yakamunye umntana bamtshentshele yona bamu yazi egenza lo baba. Anyway, she was diagnosed with diabetes some years ago and went to the farms to get better. And she came back better, and during COVID, that's when she was like in the farms. But lately she's been on a wheelchair after an uncontrollable and consistent vomiting. Sizomkhumbula in a manner which she has always been like, especially Nanongom. Otherwise I was not a fan. But may her soul rest in peace and power. Let's get into it. Ngifuna ukukhuluma ngoBucy, and people feel ukuthi it's old news. Old news ke Old news ke because this is still very relevant. Bucy released a statement not so long ago. The first time I heard about what Dr. Rebecca Malope said about the whole incident, one thing that I did say and I emphasized is that Bucy as a brand, she needs to go forward and apologize, because this guy was not intending to go and apologize immediately. He only did it because of the pressure. When I say this guy, I'm talking about Bucy's manager. So this was a story where Bucy Radebe, the one who's famous guy, that song, Uzigcine Impilo Yami. Okay, she's a very newcomer, and she is but she's been doing very well, and she's been managed by Tapelo Towoke, which is allegedly Busy's husband. Okay, and I can't say much anymore about him because he blocked me, but I will say what is in the public eye in summary, and of course you can get all the information on the internet, on the website. But we know Mama Rebecca Malope as a a spiritual gangster. She's a 3 decades. She's been in the industry for 3 decades, for more than 3 decades, actually, for 34 years. Lo Mama has been consistent, and we can all agree. She's never had that drama. You would say, I'm being ill-treated. She's never been Uzahara, guys. She's never been Uban. Anyone who has drama, you can think of anyone who has drama. She's never been that person. She's always been that mama who gets on stage, performs, makes people happy, crawls on the ground, cry. She's always been that person. And for Rebecca to actually write a statement which I incorrect, that caught the nation's attention. And the worst thing is that this guy, who is Busy's husband slash manager, Tapelo Towoke, it was how the whole thing emerged, right? Because Bucy didn't say anything, and it was a post that was posted on, so that he posted on his platform, saying that Bucy has never questioned my way of doing things, my songs, my this, my that, and we all picked up what there is some sort of control, that he's a control freak, that clearly all the things that are happening there, the outfits they wear, the songs they sing, and how, like, everything that is done there, it's this guy's, say, not necessarily Busy's say. And this is where we realize he's the spiritual gangster, the peaceful warrior that he says he is, the head of Busy's career, the space monkey. And of course, it came out to all the posts Bucy on Twitter actually posted by him. So even where there's like my husband, there's my husband, that's when I met my husband, and it's actually him posting for Bucy. So and it's quite scary, because the things that you read there and thinking ukuthi umuntu angabhala lezi zinto lezi ngaye, like about himself, it's kind of sickening. Okay, can understand a manager page ya Bucy, but to write such things when he is the one who's in control of everything. And the abuse that is so evident is how he even controlled on Bucy, which he mustn't wear wigs, he mustn't do this, otherwise you're not going on stage. And then he brings God, and then Bucy says that Mugai is the one who writes songs, and he, the writing must include people in the taverns and in the. So it makes sense why she faked Amatangs, and she told stories that sounded like umuntu obeminya because like those stories didn't make sense. If you listen to all her music, the stories just didn't make sense. So a lot of things are adding up, and I'm maybe she was not aware of Ugutu, because I need you guys to understand in the industry. And she's not the first person to experience this. There's people like she could have gotten bigger. Nah. Guys, Sipogazi would have been far. But because when each other, there's gonna be an pleasure. They cannot. When you're at work, we are not robots, so you can't be nice at home. Mind you, say right. Meaning switch and right immediately. It's gonna affect work. It's gonna affect how you engage with each other in 17. So no matter how much you love your person, when it comes to being managed, stay away from your partner managing you. I would love to think ukuthi evidence. So I mean, personally, guys, I'm worried about Bucy. I'm worried about Bucy's well-being because Cleo as well, DJ Cleo, wrote a Twitter. Abua hore Miguel, you know, you've been in hospital twice because of you know, Mogai. And that for me is when people see what is happening and when people want to be there for you, but you can't allow them to be there for you because now you're sad. Because I get about being abused, they're afraid to speak out to say, oh, this is what is happening. And this is a matter where when it happens once, you start walking. Because if you don't, it's gonna keep walking. I mean, keep happening. And the next thing, we will be singing Amagugu. Now I'm worried, Gabusi, and I said this, and I'm still saying, if Anali told me, abangan back and tell with him, Nikulumena, you know, she must find a professional advisor or a psychologist, like Cleo said. He why did it? There is no even like there's no place where his name is written. He just says I the manager, I the manager, I the manager, I legally, I the manager can be anyone. So when you write an apology, you must write your name in full. You can't be saying I the manager. You must write who I the manager is. You know. So a lot of things are red flags that we are seeing, and the apology that Bucy eventually is making is because her life is now being threatened by people saying, you know, what was done to Umama, because I can only defense. So if her life is really threatened, she's apologizing because her life is threatened, but she still says, "Sorry, I get again. Guys, Mara everywhere. This is your company. You can't say when it's your company, whatever happens in the company, it's your business. Whether you're on stage or you were in the toilet taking a shit, anything that happens in your absence, if you are the brand, you are the one who's accountable. You have to write a statement of apology. You can't say, I get again. You can't. This needs to be sorted out between the managers. Guys. Bucy was supposed to humble herself from the beginning and go and apologize to Rebecca. And a man, just spiritual gangster, is saying, nah, I was not there. Like, at first he said that, no, the altercation was because we had this set in a certain way and now things were changed. God last minute, my work was changed. God last minute, and now Rebecca didn't want to. And guys, why would Rebecca just come out and lie? Why would she just lie about the whole thing? Unani against Bucy. Akafuni indoda unemali like dust. Yeah. And then our girl. So everything was triggered by fuck. Don't say to umuntu omdala fuck. You can't speak to umuntu omdala kanjalo. Yeah, no, I don't do it to abantu abadala mina. Ngiyenza ku Facebook. Mara I'm sure ukuthi abantu abadala abalaleli into zami. But lo baba lo said ebusweni baka Rebecca athi fuck off, and that's what triggered everything. Rebecca wathi I'm still scared, guys, because when she was singing at the funeral, protect us. And I think guys think this is old news, but they don't realize there's women out there who are living in fear on a daily basis, being abused by their brothers, whether emotionally, being spoken to like the way the manager spoke to Rebecca. Because whatever that he said on that day, however he reacted, is exactly how he reacts when he's at home. And now when guys think it's old news, I mean, a lot of people that are complaining on Facebook to say we shouldn't be doing this episode because it's old news, they don't understand it's got nothing to do with how old this thing is, but the abuse that is taking place still. And how many people has this guy done this to? Amagama aphumile futhi ukuthi allegedly uchithi abantu abaningi kanjalo. Okay. I remember seeing I even forgot already. They were hosting they were featuring our Bucy Nova Lubuja Butlongwane. Okay. Allegedly, Lebosokhobela, Benjamin Dube, and Joe Butlongwane have experienced the same thing. So I'm actually glad that Mom Rebecca stood up for herself, because in standing up for herself, she's making us realize what Miguel is dealing with. And I beg everybody to not book Bucy right now until Bucy sorts herself out and see that her role, how big her role is in this whole thing. That you don't step back and say it's none of my business, but you go forward and say we apologize. But secondly, she should do something about the situation that she's in, because if the friends are saying, "Wuti, Gael, you have lied on the hospital bed because of this guy," then they can't be lying. And to also, for all the musicians to realize, you can't just sit back and take the abuse. You must fight back. You must speak out. Because if you're gonna be quiet for the sake of getting the bag, that's why I'm musicians, they get into depression. Does it make sense? You go into depression not because you don't get money, or you don't get paid, or you pay little, but because of such situations. How do you look forward going to work when you know what you're gonna be spoken to in that manner? And I mean, this guy, he has created left fear even for future aspiring musicians. Busy on stage. This is what happens behind the scenes. And then someone says that it's old news. Really old news again? So we applaud Umam Rebecca for still continuing to perform irrespective of everything that has happened. And I am congratulating her actually also for pulling out, or withdrawing her song from the entire recording, even if she performed and gave her best. Well done to her, because this means she shows that she knows her worth, she knows her worth, and she can't allow anyone to bully her like that. Like, girl, no, don't talk to me like that, motherfucker. It's actually what she was trying to say to the guy. So I'm glad that that happened. And when we listen to Bucy going forward, we know what we are listening to. Thapelo Toboke. Wow. There's another story that happened, and I think this is another education. Usipongwenya was double booked the past 2 weekends on a weekend. And he was double booked, but the first booking was not paid for. So they contacted the manager and say, we want to book Usipongwenya Emaseru. And this guy was Ururisang Mutsamai, who was trying to create this record, this powerhouse worship experience. So the event was posted a while ago, Yamaseru, where Sipongwenya was on the poster. And he was placed on the poster without a deposit being paid to the manager. The booking manager said to them, you can't book him unless you pay 50%. And they still went ahead and posted him on the poster. So I get a simple maybe behind the scenes. These people didn't pay. So he was like, okay. But then he gets approached by Urorisang. And Urorisang, it looks like he paid him directly in his bank account, because the proof of payment says Sipongwenya, to Sipongwenya, not to Ngonyama Music. So the manager says he didn't confirm the payment for the booking. Sipo does a video promoting the event, Emaseru. And then Rorisang says that he has a proof of payment, which is what he shows us, and says that Sipo paid back the money, but he doesn't show us how he went with this money. And my concern is, okay, so Sipo doesn't confirm, doesn't show up at the event, Komaseru, right? But people go to the event because they saw Usipongwenya on the poster. In PR and in marketing, that is false advertising. And Rorisang is fighting what is not false advertising, because they paid Sipongwenya the money. How do you pay Sipongwenya the money when the manager said you cannot book this guy because we already reserved him for other bookings? Because there were a lot of inquiries coming through, and that is why this guy Semungonya, which is the manager Sipongwenya, said that we cannot make bookings. So it's people like this who use well-known faces to pull the crowds. I need people to understand that you can actually do a petition and get your monies back, because what was promised was not delivered. Okay, so you can do a petition. If you don't know how to do the petition and the shit happens in future, you can get help. I can assist on that, because we've done this for all white events, all white gospel, garden what. We have done that, where they've done the very same thing, promise people Dr. Dumi Benjamin Dube, hey, this is gonna be for the VIP, you'll get food and blah blah. And people came back saying, it didn't happen. So people got back their monies. They got back their monies. So I would like everybody to do the same. Don't allow promoters to exploit you in the name of celebrities. You understand? That's what causes double. Oh, another topic that I wanted to jump to is Zahara. Zahara, her article on Daily Sun saying that she needs help. And it's not the first time she's asking for help. Zahara was interviewed by McG on Podcast and Chill at her house, and they asked her, innocently they asked her, apparently, bathi wena uyakweleta. Wathi wabaphoxa ukuthi ungenaphi? Are you not at my house? Ungenaphi wena? Ask me about music. Ungenaphi? But would you pay for it? She nodded. Did you pay cash? She nodded. So manje ufuna thina sikhiphe imali yethu simnikeze imali yethu, guys. Umuntu anemali engaka, they're going to repossess the house because of 17,000. Khona abantu bekaphuza nabo. Kudla nabo. Those are friends that's supposed to step in. And besides that, kunama royalties. And besides that, there's still a guitar and her voice. Why is she not gigging? Tina senzani bafethu masingane imali. Angithi see, we hustle, we sell, we are network marketing marketers. We hustle on the sides. We don't just sit and beg people to do stuff for us. So I think Zahara is just a spoiled brat that needs to get the fuck up and work. Because it doesn't mean what she's got a lot of friends who can book her for gigs, and she can cover that in a night. In one night. That's how much she used to charge. In one night she can pay that a salary and change. So to bag, save your money, is like do your things properly. You make money, you save, you pay for what needs to be paid, but don't be like her. Don't be like her. Don't be that girl. The pity party thing is gonna work. We also heard that the Gomorrah actor Siyabonga Subani has committed suicide, and it made me remember ukuthi a lot of our brothers are going through shit and they don't speak out. Thina siyakhuluma, guys. Mina ngile type ngiyakhuluma. I don't bottle things in ngiyakhuluma. Noma, even if it means ukuthi ngizokhuluma nomngani about something that happened, I'm gonna do that. But I realized ukuthi a lot of guys don't speak out. Thina siyakwazi ukukhuluma, nina anikwazi ukukhuluma. And that's what you need to start doing, to speak out. Because sizoniluza nonke, nizohamba, sizoniluza nonke. So to avoid that, go for counseling. Get people to speak to. Because speaking really helps. People can step in and assist you when you need help. So do that too. There's a lady called Sisipo Ngutukana. She's a social worker at a private. She's got a private practice. She's a social worker there. I'm I'm happy that she agreed to do an interview with me, so that she can explain what anxiety is, what depression is, what mental mental is gonna be coming and speaking to he is it. He don't I don't see how the IPC on the lab was founded. He's the one who passed on the church on to. I get it when you are and those disciples, but training. Just was brother wake. Mara, he used the disciples, people that he had mentored, people that he has taught zonke lezinteles. So Benjamin is doing things the wrong way, because now the daughter is ordained. We don't know what rank is that, Kipri or Kinwart. Blessing was supposed to be explaining these things to us today. So I think it's something like a Benjamin. Exit out. Because I things like this, they're questionable, they're very, very questionable. So guys, today, that's it for today. But the two things, the one thing that I wanted to emphasize, actually the two, is the thing, Rebecca Malope, the abuse that women are suffering. Our baba see abuse emotionally. If you have shit that you're dealing with, don't take it out on us. Go seek help. Don't come and take that shit on women. Because we are now living in this trauma. Like, why? Why are you doing it? Why? For the why? So go seek help, because acting like that in public and shouting, not even in private, but acting like that in jail is it's abuse. It's abuse. So you may think ukuthi wena awumshayi umuntu, mara what you're saying to them sticks with them. It breaks them. Because clearly this guy doesn't respect anyone. He doesn't. So our ladies, go, if you know Bucy, please go and give her a hand to come out of that, because it's not good for her. And saying Lala, guys, we are sorry that this happened so late, but due to load shedding must and I mean, I ask why, like why? Hey, the shit that is happening here. Okay, guys, you can go sleep. It was nice to see you, Lala, again. See you, Lala. See you, Lala. I'm saying, what am I doing? This one was not supposed to connect.
Disconnected. Connected.
ngifuna ukuphuma kahle.
What you wanna know, what you wanna hear, what you wanna boy, let her do it for you. Give attention. Yeah. What you wanna know, what you wanna hear, what you wanna boy,